Hey guys, it's Tim, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Monday, and that means tonight was Monday Night Raw. Now, bear with me, guys. I got a stuffed up nose, I got a sore throat, caught in some sort of a cold or something, I guess you could say. So, if I sound off or if I'm coughing extra, that's why. Don't have Luke. Luke had some other stuff to take care of. So, I was almost contemplating not even doing this show. I was like, if I don't have Luke, that means I got to talk more. I can't just hand things off to Luke and be like, you talk this match and da-da-da. But we'll power through. We'll get it done. Might rush this a little bit, just saying. But we'll talk about everything. Prayers up for Zoe Stark, who seemed to have suffered a significant knee injury tonight. We'll talk about that when we get to that match. But it don't look good for Zoe Stark, unfortunately. Other than that, we got some more qualifiers for Money in the Bank. And just some build for Saturday night's main event. Like, just it was just whatever. Like, okay, cool. I don't know. Saturday night's main event card is not blowing me out of the water like, oh my God, I gotta watch this show. It's gonna be great. Jey Uso Logan Paul might be a pretty good match. A tag match with Punk and Rollins and whatnot. Might be a pretty good match, but it's like not blowing me out of the water, is like I'm saying. Like, I'm not super hyped up for this show. Like, it's if I accidentally miss it, I miss it, oh well, kind of thing. Especially, I think it's because we have Money in the Bank coming up so quickly that I know that nothing on this show probably really fully truly matters, I guess you would say. At least that's how it feels. So we'll see. That show is this Saturday, and we'll go from there. Sunday, we do have the AEW pay-per-view. Sunday, we do have the NXT PLE, so we won't be we won't be reviewing Battleground. We'll do some videos if there's any news coming out of that, but AEW Double or Nothing will take precedence over that. As far as tonight does go, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Woo. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can either subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month, and I greatly appreciate it if you did right here for Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember to help us out over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know we post new videos. That way you know we go live, and that way you know we post to the community tab. Also, remember, you can hit the join button to become a channel member. As a channel member, you get emotes and emojis. You can use them in the live chat and the comment sections. You get our graphics packages. You get our graphics tutorials, which our Backlash ones will be out tomorrow. At the $1 tier, you will get $1 and up. You will get the Backlash tutorial for Photoshop, how we created our Backlash graphics. And at the $5 tier, excuse me, you will get the graphics package with the PSD and the all assets as well. All the assets are there as well. Remember, you can get all of that on patreon.com/PW Unlimited or becoming a member on YouTube. Also, remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. And finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. Right now, they do have Grand Theft Auto 5 Enhanced Edition, only $14.99. What a steal. It's half off. Go get it. If you don't have Grand Theft Auto 5 yet, which I don't know how you don't, because many different ways you've been able to get it for free. I know at one point, like 2 years ago, the Epic Game Store was giving it away for free. But if you don't have, that's just regular Grand Theft Auto 5. But if you want the Enhanced Edition, it's 50% off right now for $15. Go over there, get that, have some fun. Another one, 75% off right now, Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, 75% off right now at only $15. But maybe you're looking to get in some of these new stuff, these new Star Wars skins in Fortnite. Maybe you want the samurai versions of Darth Vader or a Stormtrooper. Maybe you want Chewbacca. Use our code PWUNLIMITED. Again, that's PWUNLIMITED for all Epic Games and Epic Game Store purchases. Also 50% off is The Last of Us Part 1. So if you're watching Last of Us 2 and go, oh crap, I never played the first game. How much is Last of Us Part 2 on the Epic Store? Let's see. One more episode left in season 2 of Last of Us. And we know if you've played the game, you know where it's going. And no spoilers. Right now, $49.99 for Last of Us Part 2 remastered on PC through the Epic Game Store. But if you know where they're ending this season. And all I'm going to say is aquarium. But with all of that, we got a bunch to talk about here as far as Monday Night Raw does go. Michael Cole welcomes us to a shot of the exterior of the building in Greensville, South Carolina. Video recapped everything from last week with Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, CM Punk, Logan Paul, Heyman, and all that mess. We then see Rollins, Breaker, Heyman, Uso, Styles, Penta, and the Judgment Day all enter the building. We also got some sort of a preview video for tonight, which felt just weird and odd because they normally don't do that. And who knows if they'll even do it again next week. Like they did some cool, highly produced, game graphics and this, that, and so forth. It was pretty good. Like I loved it. I thought it was really good. But it's like, oh, they do this periodically. Oh, yeah, you'll get it again. Logan Paul did open up the show, though. He got a microphone and welcomed us to Monday Night Raw. Paul said, it is a fact. This got annoying with everyone going, fact this, and fact that, and fact this, and fact that. Like, are you fucking kidding me? I'll say right now, I got this little dweeb that tweets me on Twitter all the time and goes, hey, I think this is going to happen in the NFL, fact. I think this is going to happen in the NBA, fact. John Cena's going to do this, fact. And I'm like, you don't even watch WWE. You can't comment on WWE. I'm going to say this guy's a Jets fan and thought that goddamn Aaron Rodgers is going to bring him to the championship. Aaron Rodgers didn't bring him to not even the playoffs. Oh, fact. Aaron Rodgers is going to win us the championship. You fact your ass. Anyways, people I get messages from on Twitter and Instagram, you guys would be dying laughing from some of these. Anyways, Paul said that next week we will see him here on Raw as the new World Heavyweight Champion. Paul listed off a bunch more facts, saying Jey Uso tapped out Gunther. Jay's World Heavyweight Champion. Crowd erupted and yeeted when he said that. Paul said that Jay has an eye on everyone in this company except for him. Paul noted how, he's knocked out Jay 3 times, and he'll do it again this Saturday. Actually, by the time we got to the end of the program, it was 4. But Paul reminded everybody that he will become the new world champion when, out came the old world champion, Gunther. Gunther came out, the crowd was chanting, "You tapped out." Which is still weird that he tapped out. Pat never tapped out, and they're not playing that up for anything. Gunther says that he assures Paul, believes that he's better than him, but he's really not. Basically, he says that my goal is to take that title back from Jey Uso. And so if you try to do so, I'm going to take that as disrespect to me. Because what I want is to beat Uso and get my title back that way. I don't want to have to beat you. I'll do it if I have to, but I don't want to have to beat you. He then said, but there's something I can learn from you. Social media. You're a self-made social media megastar. The crowd booed. Gunther said, if I'm honest, I can learn from you. Make my social media better. But it's not really what I need right now. I need you not to win. And I need to take that title from Jay. Paul smiled and kept repeating, this guy knows business. This guy knows business. Gunther said that he doesn't see heart in Paul. Gunther told Paul, if Paul squares off with him, all Paul's accolades mean nothing, and Gunther's going to eat him alive. So don't even try to win that title on Saturday. Gunther slammed down his microphone, and as he walked away, Jey Uso appeared out of nowhere and super kicked Paul in the middle of the ring. Uso then picked up the microphone and said, Paul, I'll see you on Saturday. Uso then said, oh, and Gunther, see you in Phoenix. Jay's music hit, and the crowd went wild. Excuse me. So they're trying to build this all up. We got three guys going for the world, or three guys in the world title picture. And it's like, what really matters? Not Jay and Paul. That doesn't matter. It's going to be Jay and Gunther, June 9th in Phoenix. I would think Jay retains, but I wouldn't put it against them to put the title back on Gunther. Especially with the tease they did tonight with Gunther and Seth. So, we'll see. We got a recap of last week's women's tag team main event, and then stuff that happened afterwards with Roxanne and Julia, where Julia's like, hey, there's no we in any of this. We then saw that Roxanne has signed a contract to become the newest member of the Raw roster. So Roxanne, just like Julia has been officially called up to SmackDown, Roxanne has been officially called up to Monday Night Raw. So Jey Uso was walking backstage, and he ran into Paul Heyman, who told Uso that to betray someone, you have to stab them in the back. And as such, Heyman wanted to make sure that he can't be betrayed as betraying him. That in mind, Heyman told Jay Braun Breaker wasn't looking for his title tonight, but instead, he was looking to slow down Jay's momentum. Heyman said, if it's Uso, Gunther, or Paul, the long game is that title will eventually go to Seth Rollins. Any of you can have the title in the short term, but the long term, the long game, is Seth Rollins becoming World Heavyweight Champion. They're really teasing up that Seth is going to go for that title again, because Seth did get that title shot on Raw, and I think Seth is somehow going to earn a shot for SummerSlam and most likely win it at SummerSlam. Now, I could be wrong. I could be completely out to lunch on that one, but I think there's a very good chance that one of the two nights in MetLife, we get Seth Rollins challenging for the belt and Seth essentially winning the belt. Probably against Jay. I don't know if they would do him and Gunther heel, but him and Jay would make more sense, I guess, with the way the story's going and everything. I kind of don't want Jay to beat Gunther again, though. That's my only issue. It's my only little drawback here. It's like, I don't want Gunther to lose again to Jey Uso. So I don't know. But as far as the first match of the night does go, it was Judgment Day, JD McDonough and Finn Balor against Penta and AJ Styles. And I would say this was a good match, but it wasn't great. I would say really good. Got time and went like 17 minutes. But I don't know. Just the whole, Americano showed up again at the end kind of thing was just meh. Kind of took me out of the finish, I guess you would say. So, Styles and McDonough started off the match. Styles got the best of McDonough early on until McDonough worked his way back and thwarted an attempted dropkick. Styles connected with the dropkick after that, though, and tagged Penta into the match. Here's my thing, and I don't know if this is a fan thing, this is the way WWE's pushing them thing. Penta feels like a major star, where Phoenix just feels like another guy on the roster. I don't know if that's a fan perception and they're just not treating him as such, or the way WWE's booking him. Probably the way WWE's booking him with multiple losses. But even in Lost Tonight, Penta's coming off like a big name. Penta's coming off like you've got all the world title guys up here, Jay, Gunther, Paul, Seth, and he's at the top or near the top of that next rung, I guess you would say. So, I don't know. Moving forward, though, with this match, Penta gave McDonough a backbreaker. Ditto for Balor. Styles and Penta threw Balor and McDonough to the outside and connected with serial splashes. The show then went to a commercial break. As the show returned from the break, McDonough was working over Penta, complete with a snapmare and the, pull of the mask, try to rip it off thing. One point, Styles got tagged in and lifted Balor up, but Balor raked Styles' eyes and McDonough tagged back in. McDonough went for a splash on Styles, but Styles moved and McDonough hit Balor instead by accident. Styles then took advantage, slamming McDonough down for a nice near fall as the crowd chanted, "This is awesome." With McDonough on the outside, Styles did a reverse DDT on McDonough and rolled McDonough back into the ring, but Carlito would interfere and ran Styles into the ring post. Referee was checking on McDonough, so he didn't see any of this. After a commercial break, Balor worked over Styles in the ring. The two clotheslined each other at the same time, and the match kind of reset from here. At one point, Penta ran at McDonough. McDonough hit a standing Spanish flies, both tagged in. Balor would tag back in and went to the top rope, but missed a coup de grace. Penta capitalized on this and hit a sacrifice on Balor. Balor then rolled up Penta, though, for a 2, and followed this up with a sling blade. Balor then ran into a kick from Penta, and Penta went to the top. McDonough distracted the referee long enough for Carlito to cut Penta off, though, so things kind of broke down from here, and they were fighting at ringside. Penta hit a destroyer on McDonough on the outside. Penta was leaning towards, up against the barricade, when Americano, El Grande Americano, would come up from behind in the crowd, grab Penta by the mask, and headbutt him, adjust the thing so we know the thing's in the thing. And then Balor would take advantage, throw him in the ring, hit him with the coup de grace, and pin him to pick up the victory. With that, the Judgment Day do defeat the baby faces. There we go. Really good match, but I care less about the finish. Is this leading to, unless this is all leading to Penta and El Grande Americano at the main event of Worlds Collide, then sure. But I don't know. But yeah, so we'll see where this is leading to. I think it is going to lead to something with Penta versus El Grande Americano, maybe at Worlds Collide. It makes the most sense. Everything we've been seeing makes a lot of sense for El Grande Americano to most likely main event that show in some sort of way where they unmask him and we find out that it really is Chad Gable, even though we all know. So, moving forward, though, Big Jim, I don't know what you're talking about because that ain't real. That was not announced. If it was announced, link me because I didn't see that, Jim. And then also, hey, don't tell me what to do. Don't say, hey, Tim, report this. I'm not going to report something that I haven't even seen. But we do have some mid donations here from Esports Gaming Rules. First one, he says, Kairi Sane brought back her Pirate Princess from in WWE, and Tyrese Halliburton is going to be in WWE 2K25. And it seems the 2025 NBA East Finals is long-term booking type thing by WWE and Triple H, and it went viral. Yeah, that's just a joke. People going, oh, NBA is scripted now, huh? No. It's all a joke. Tyrese Halliburton being in 2K, I could care less. I'm not a big fan of, let's add all these outside guys. No. When they added Schwarzenegger that one year, I don't care. Excuse me. So, yeah, when they add all these guys, especially guys that never had matches, when they added Bad Bunny, I'm that's cool. We've seen Bad Bunny have a match, a pretty damn good match, too. But we're getting a lot probably this year of randos, I guess you would say. So, I don't know. Moving forward, we got another bit donation. Oh, about Kyrie being back. Cool. I don't know. Now, here's the thing. We'll talk about this here when we get to it. Wasn't a fan of Kyrie getting pinned, but for all we know, Zoe might have been the one to take the pin. I don't know. And she just couldn't. But moving forward, he also says, what do you think of AEW fans blaming The Rock for what happened with Collision, Beach Break 2025, just like WWE fans blaming him? First off, I haven't seen any of that. And if anyone did say that, it's a joke or they're the dumbest motherfuckers in the world. Blame the... I can, oh my God. Esports Gaming Rules. I have seen not a single person blame The Rock for that on social media. So unless I've just been living under a rock or you're making shit up, I'm not even going to comment because that's the fucking dumbest thing I have heard Blame The Rock. Why? Because Black Adam came on? No, you blame AEW. Because AEW had an issue with two different things. With the way they recorded the show and the way the show was transmitted and sent to Warner Brothers Discovery. So there's nobody to blame but Tony and his crew. Oh, Mike Mansuri. Don't even get me started. Like, that's one of the esports gaming rules. I'm just going to say it, no disrespect. That's one of the dumbest comments you've ever had in the live chat. I'm just going to say it. And no disrespect to you or anything. Because maybe people have said that on social media and I just didn't see it. But that's just, yeah, flabbergasted. If anyone actually ever said that. Anyways. Moving forward. Kathy Kelly interviewed EO Sky in the back. Kelly asked Sky about how she might be targeted for her title coming soon. You know, we got Money in the Bank coming up and everything, and Becky Lynch would come up. Becky would walk in, Kathy Kelly would leave, and Lynch told Sky, you know, hey, I'm going to take that belt. I'm going to win Money in the Bank. I'm going to take that belt. And as we've learned, Becky's new gimmick is all she wants are championships. It doesn't matter which belt. She just wants a belt. She said that, last week or the week before. Fans didn't want me in the title picture, so I left. I shouldn't have listened to them. I should have stuck around. I'm only here for championships. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Heel Becky just ain't really working that much for me. But Logan Paul, we're shown talking on his phone backstage, and Seth Rollins walks up. Rollins told Paul that Jey Uso is going to get hurt tonight because Uso stuck his nose in Seth's business. Seth said come Saturday, Uso's not going to be 100%, and the odds will be in Paul's favor. Seth said that if Paul can get past Jey and Gunther, Seth's going to be waiting for the next shot. Seth said that Paul will know who to thank if he wins this weekend. Seth also said that he could run it back from WrestleMania a couple years ago, but this time with the world title on the line. Then we had our first of two Women's Money in the Bank qualifying matches. And I'll say it right now. This was a freaking great match. Natty, Roxanne Perez, and Becky Lynch had a hell of a match. Yeah, it was whatever. Lyra got involved and whatnot. But these three worked very well together. I will say that for sure. Very well together. So Lynch convinced Perez to attack Natalya at the start, but Lynch quickly turned on Perez, who threw Lynch to the outside. Lynch pulled Natty out of the ring, and excuse me, it ended up Lynch versus Perez in a singles match-ish for a moment. Lynch then attempted to disarm her, but Perez worked out of it, and she got two pin attempts that didn't really go nowhere. Perez then had the upper hand when Natty dropkicked Perez out of the ring. She then gave Becky a series of suplexes. Natty worked a surfboard on Lynch. Natty half went for a sharpshooter, but Lynch turned it into a disarm her. Perez re-entered the ring, reappeared, and all three women exchanged offense. Natty kicked Perez to the outside again before long, and all three wound up on the outside. This happened after some apparent miscommunication, it felt like, between Lynch and Perez. And Lynch kind of like waited for Perez to get in place. This is the one lull spot of the match. It was kind of weird. Regardless, though, Perez did stand tall with all of this as we went to a commercial break. Back from the break, Perez had control back inside the ring, hitting a series of running elbows on both opponents. Natty landed a discus clothesline on both women and then stacked them up for a double sharpshooter, but Perez and Lynch kicked out and got out. Perez then came back with the moonsault on both Lynch and Natalya and got a 2 off of it on Natty. Perez then set up for a pop rocks, but Lynch countered into a manhandle slam. Natalya reappeared and took out Lynch with all three women down. Also, surprisingly, all three women down didn't get that I heard, "Oh, this is awesome" chant. Usually fans are like, everyone's down, this is awesome, this is awesome, this is awesome. Anyways, oof. That was killing me. Perez rolled to the outside, and Lynch and Natty traded blows inside the ring. Lynch and Natty were struggling in the corner to find one to get offense. They were going back and forth at each other. Perez then went for a German suplex, like a pop rocks-ish kind of German suplex, I guess you would say, on both women at once. So it was like she hit a pop rocks on Natty and a German onto Becky all at once. It was kind of cool. She covered Natty, but Lynch broke up the pin with a knee to Perez's head. On their feet, Perez and Lynch traded slaps and elbows. Perez then threw Lynch and went to the top, but Lynch cut her off. The two then battled on the second rope until Natty ran in and hit Perez and Lynch, knocking them both down. Natalya powerbombed Lynch and got a 2 count off of it. Natty superplexed Perez, got a 2 count off of it. Oof. At one point, Natty locked in a sharpshooter on Lynch. Natty locked in a sharpshooter on Perez until Lynch bulldogged her out of it. Natalya clotheslined Lynch and went back to work Perez. Natalya then worked a double sharpshooter on both Lynch and Perez at the same time. Lynch got out of it and rolled to the outside. Lynch came back with a not great looking manhandle slam. Looked like Natty didn't really go up for it, which was weird. Lynch was about to win. 1, 2. Lyra shows up and pulls Becky out of the ring. Perez then took advantage of this and gave Natty a pop rocks after Natty tried to jump back. Becky tried to jump back in, but then got pulled back out. And with all of that, Roxanne Perez hits the pop rocks and pins her to pick up the victory. Natty, that is. We then see Becky and Lyra brawl in the entranceway. So Roxanne Perez has qualified for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Esports Gaming Rule says, did you see Bailey's response tweet to Zoe's injury? We're going to get into all of that once we get to that here in the show. We're going to talk what we know, what we think we know, at least, for the Zoe Stark potential injury. Actually, most likely injury, but can't really say that because we don't know. It hasn't actually been reported that she is injured, but the way she had to leave the match doesn't look good. Like, she had to be carried away. But, again, I digress. We'll get to that in a little bit. So, moving forward, Anna Pierce was talking to Alpha Academy backstage. He's like, Tozawa, you're cleared, but is this really what you want? So I was like, yeah. He's like, all right. I guess if you're cleared, I can't really say no. Next week, you and Rusev. Very weird how infrequent we've been seeing Rusev. Very weird. Gable and Ivy Nile came in and they were like, hey, we want to be in Money in the Bank. Give us qualifying matches. And Pierce's like, I thought we already talked about this. And then they're like, oh, our boys are going to win the titles next week and this, that, so forth, blah, 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 blah. New Day come in. They start arguing. And yeah. Whatevs. This then led to Sheamus versus Grayson Waller. Fuck, did this match go way longer than it needed? Like, what the hell was this? This match went like 12 minutes and it did not need to go that long at all. Grayson Waller kept running away. And then he would get actual good offense on Sheamus. And I'm just like, what is this? This match, long, slow, and unneeded. Unneeded. So early on, the crowd was chanting, let's go Sheamus. Dude grappled. Waller tried to play MMA guy, I guess you could say. He was like throwing some feint kicks and like some punches to feint him out and kind of like gauge his distance. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here? Sheamus blocked a hip toss at one point and slapped Waller to the ground. Sheamus followed it up with a backbreaker and threw Waller across the ring repeatedly. Sheamus clotheslined Waller over the top rope and then pandered to the crowd. After a commercial break, the show returned, and the crowd was actually chanting for fucking Austin Theory. Inside the ring, Waller slapped, punched, and chopped Sheamus, who fired up in the corner and returned all the favors. Waller took back control with a stomp on Sheamus's back and a rolling flatliner for a 2. Dumbest move. I hate this move. Because wrestler, the opponent's got to stand there in the ring while he runs to the outside, gets a running start, does the dive through the rope, roll it, grab it. No. It's like sometimes when Alberto Del Rio used to. It's like sometimes when Del Rio used to take too long to do his little double foot stomp thing in the corner, and the opponent would have to just stand or lay there, or not lay there, hang there, holding on to the ropes, going, you hit me anytime soon? You gonna get me anytime soon? Come on. You know. So I'm not a big fan of those moves where the opponent has got to just stand and wait or sit and wait or just like, why didn't you move? It's like old school. I don't even like the move old school, the one Undertaker or Damian Priest does. Because it's like, yank him off, god damn it. Anyways, where were we? Well, we went to the second rope and got a rolling flatliner and got a 2 off of it. Oh, I read the same sentence twice. Well, I went to the second rope and jumped into a tough knee from Sheamus. Crumbled at his landing. This was followed with a sort of tilt-a-whirl half slam, I guess you would say. Sheamus then ran into a spinning elbow from Waller and Sheamus, and with Sheamus on the apron, Waller tried to go for the 10 beats, but only got about 3-4 beats. Then this kind of just like stalled out for a second until Sheamus finally got him in position for the 10 beats and did the 10 beats. But then Waller ran away. And Austin Theory's like, we don't quit. And yeah. Sheamus then lifted him up 10 beats, got him, pinned him, bro kick, whatever. I didn't even get many notes on this match because I was bored. This match just wasn't good. Like, why are we doing this? Just more tension between Theory and Waller? It's been a fucking year and a half, if not more. When was that goddamn Australian Elimination Chamber? No, I did not, Elite. Because that's when they really, yeah. So it's been since February of 24 that, what's the word I'm looking for? They haven't really been, what's the word I'm looking for? They've been like teasing this breakup for over a year and a half now almost. No, I don't have COVID. Stupids. Got a cold and a stuffed up nose and a sore throat. The weather's changing. Kids bringing stuff home from school. You know, COVID. Never got that shot, never got sick. You know what did happen? My dad. Oh, well, hold on, I'm frozen. Give me a second. You know what did happen? My dad got that shot. His work made him get it twice. And what did it do? It killed him. I ain't getting that fucking shot. Just like the flu. I don't get the flu shot. My grandma didn't get it for 95 years. Lived in an old folks home. They made her get it. That's the first year she ever got the flu. Ain't getting that bullshit either. The only time I did was the 4 years I was in the Army and they made me. Anyways. No, don't got COVID at all, Corey. Perfectly fine. I just got a sore throat and a stuffed up nose. It happens when the weather changes and whatnot. You ever heard of getting a cold? Anywho. Then we got an unnecessary fucking 5-minute interview with Tyrese Halliburton where they were just kissing his fucking ass. This was dumb. All just to say you're going to be in 2K. Oh, and Cole likes the Knicks. Fuck Michael Cole. You're an Indiana Pacer. Cole thinks Knicks are going to beat you because he's been a Knicks fan for his entire... Oh, you got merch? You got merch. You're like, fuck this. This was not needed. And then they're like, you're going to watch Saturday Night's main event? Hey, bud, you're going to watch? Who do you think's going to win on Saturday? He's like, well, I'm a Logan Paul guy. He's my boy. But I know my heart lies with Jay. Yeah, this is all fucking stupid. Not needed at all. They could have just ran a quick little thing and go, hey, we got some breaking news. Tyrese Halliburton. Well, he's going to be in 2K. That's all they needed to do. They didn't even show him in the game. 2K tweeted it out. They didn't even show him in the game. Like, you're going to make this big announcement and not even show it? Let the people watching know what it looks like, what he looks like in the game? Fuck this. Waste of space. So, Kathy Kelly interviewed Gunther. She asked Gunther if his game plan was different heading into June 9th. Before Gunther could answer, Seth Rollins would walk up and interrupt. Basically just said, hey, I'm going to get that title, whether you're the champion or not. You've been doing pretty good stuff, holding down my belt. Gunther said, oh, I heard what the plan is long term, and it's you? No, it's not. He said Seth was a short-sighted visionary, and he thought that was very funny, because Seth doesn't know how to see the future. And Gunther said that he's the future. Rollins was annoyed and said that he was there as a courtesy to Gunther. Rollins said if Gunther finds that title around his waist again, he'll be treated no different than anyone else who's got the belt, and Gunther is going to be the next target. Gunther said that he couldn't wait, and in fact, he was eager to see if that actually does happen, if Seth can come after him and take the title. So, yeah, Seth's over here just being like, hey, You got a title shot. I'm going to come at you if you're the champion. You got a title shot. I'm going to come at you if you're the champion. Jay knows I'm going to come at him. Yeah. So, I don't know. Like, they're building up multiple guys, but are they really building them in a good way? Like, what did Gunther do to really earn the rematch? What did Logan Paul do to earn the rematch? Oh, lost to AJ at WrestleMania? So, I don't know. So then we got Rhea Ripley versus Kairi Sane versus Zoe Stark. And unfortunately, it looks like Zoe suffered a pretty significant injury during this match. So early on in the match, they're all fighting, going at it and whatnot. And Rhea gets dumped to the outside. Kairi was also dumped to the outside. Kairi then slides back into the ring, and Zoe goes for some like missile drop kick and just lands awkwardly on her leg. And immediately grabs her knee, and you can hear her screaming. Referee then goes like this, basically telling Rhea, stay in your corner. Kairi, stay over there. Camera immediately cuts away from Zoe. You see the doctor jump into the ring. Camera cut again to the briefcases above, and they go to a break. If you're watching international Netflix, they come back with the big wide crane shot from the top of the building. And they're like, immediately Michael Cole's like, Zoe's hurt. Looks like Zoe Stark's hurt. Looks like she re-injured that knee that was surgically repaired. And so, like, basically during the whole break, they're working on Zoe, they're checking on Zoe, but they're not showing us because they know it's serious. And so they come back from the break, and you got Rhea on one side of the ring, you got Zoe on the other side of the ring. It's basically like the match has just been restarted. Ref's like telling them each something. Then they cut to the ringside, camera that is, cut to ringside, and we see Zoe kind of like trying to walk, and then the ref or the doctor's just got to pick her up and carry her to the back. She can't walk. Let me get a singles match, but unfortunately, it does look like Zoe Stark may have suffered some sort of a serious knee injury. And many people in wrestling tweeted about this, as far as like Bailey tweeted out Zoe, heart emoji. Natty tweeted out, I love you, Zoe Stark, and I'm keeping you in my prayers. Even Thunder Rosa sent out a tweet about this saying, quote, wrestling is a beautiful and dangerous sport. We give our all every time we step in the ring. We only risk a lot, and we also risk a lot when we do what we love. Zoe, I love you, sister, and I hope you recover soon. So, seems like Zoe Stark did suffer some sort of a serious injury here, serious knee injury during this match. We don't have any other details as far as the severity, but for her to not to be able to walk to the back is a bad sign. I'll just say that. I don't think she suffered the same injury as Ray, because Ray couldn't walk to the back after his injury recently either. He had to be carried, but it's different. Ray had a groin injury. She messed up her knee, the same knee that she messed up before. So if we do get an update on Zoe Stark, we will let you guys know. I thank you to Paul Abene for becoming a channel member. Really do appreciate that on YouTube. Anyways, moving forward as far as this match goes, as far as like once it returned as a singles match, Ripley slammed Zayn. Also, Ripley fucking over like a rover. Beginning of the show when they were running down the card and they showed the graphic for this match, crowd like just erupted super loud. Rhea's music hits for this match, erupt. She walks out, erupts. And like, yeah, no. Rhea biggest pops of the night 3 times. 4 times if you really want to count the win as well. But like I said, Ripley slammed Zayn and covered her for a 2. Ripley stretched Zayn until Zayn worked out and went to the top rope. Zayn leapt at Ripley, but Ripley drop kicked Zayn out of midair. This was good enough to earn Ripley a 2. Ripley set up for a riptide, but Zayn worked out of it and gave Ripley a back elbow. Zayn went to the top, went for an insane elbow, but Ripley got a boot up to get the cover. The counter. Get the counter. The two then kind of reset here with the battle on their knees. Ripley and Zayn traded elbows and forearms and strikes. Zayn then went for a spinning elbow, but Ripley avoided it, hit the riptide, and pinned her to pick up the victory. So with that, Rhea Ripley has qualified for the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And if we look at who has qualified so far, pull this up on the screen. so far qualified for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We got 3 names. And why is this not wanting to work? There we go. So as far as qualified so far, we do have Alexa Bliss, who qualified last Friday. Now Roxanne Perez and Rhea Ripley, who qualified tonight. We got 1 more women's qualifier from Raw, 2 more from SmackDown. So they do let us know that next week on Raw, well, we're going to get Tozawa versus Rusev. And, well, we're going to have more Money in the Bank qualifying matches. They said the men's will take place next week, but they didn't tell us who. Didn't tell us who. Then we got a really awkward segment with the Judgment Day and Roxanne Perez. This was weird. Very weird. The Judgment Day were celebrating backstage when Finn would walk up. And he's like, hey, I want to. He's like, goes to say something, right? He's like, hey, I want to. And all of a sudden, Raquel's like, what is she doing here? And the camera cuts back, like pans back, and we see it's Roxanne Perez standing next to Finn. And Finn's like, well, it's Roxanne. And Dom keeps saying we need numbers. We need another member. Dom's got me and JD and Carlito, and we all got each other's backs, but maybe you women, maybe you ladies need some more help. And Raquel's just like, no. What are we doing here, Finn? Liv's not going to like this. What, huh? And he's like, well, think about it like this. She's not an official member of Judgment Day, but she's got your guys' back. You got her back. And she's like, and I got presents too. She walks up. She's got a little gift box. She gives it to Dom. It's chicken nuggets. She gives a gift bag to Carlito. It's apples. Carlito pulls the apple. I was like, oh, apple. And Raquel slaps it out of his hand. And it's weird because Roxanne's all kind of like, yeah, cool. This is going to be great. I'm friends with the Judgment Day. And Raquel's just pissed. And she's like, you know what? Liv's going to hear about this. Get her out of here. And Finn just goes, huh. She is, huh? Well, I just can't wait. And he had a big old grin on his face like, this was weird. Very weird. So then we go to our main event of the night. Before we get into that, we want to talk about the sponsor of this video, Chef Robot. So let's hear about them right here. Hey, food lovers. Want crispy, delicious meals without the guilt? Then say hello to the Chef Robot 8-quart double air fryer, the ultimate kitchen sidekick that fries, bakes, and roasts with up to 85% less oil. With its smart cooking technology, you get perfectly golden results every time. Whether it's wings, fries, or even dessert, just set it, forget it, and enjoy chef-quality meals in minutes. So why settle for boring, greasy foods when you can cook healthier and faster with Chef Robot? Get yours today and transform the way you cook. So use our link in the description below, scan the QR code on the screen, or head over to pwunlimited.co/Chef Robot now for smart cooking and perfect results. So as far as the main event does go, there's 30 minutes left in this show. Jey Uso comes out through the crowd. He grabs this little girl and they're eating together, and then stops like halfway down, and he's eating with this little boy that's got the world title replica toy deal. And cool. Jay, the man of the people. Pat said, we're in Yeetville instead of Greenville, and the mayor has come to town, or come to the building, or something like that. This lasts like 10 freaking minutes. These entrances for fucking Jey Uso don't need to be this long. Anyways, match it was okay. It was a nice match. It was an okay match. I wouldn't call it great or anything. I wouldn't even call it really good. It was good. It was a good Jey Uso Braun Breaker match, but it wasn't anything special. I will say it wasn't anything special. Breaker had the upper hand early to begin things off, but it was brief because Jey battled back and clothesline Breaker over the top rope to the floor. Jey hit a suicide dive, and about 2 minutes into the match, we went to a break. The show returned, and Breaker once again had the advantage in the ring. Breaker ran 1,000,000 miles an hour in the ring and clotheslined Jey in a hot spot. Uso went to the middle rope for a splash, but Breaker caught him and slammed him for a 2. At one point, Breaker jumped from the apron, and so this is weird. So Breaker caught Uso and ragdolled Uso around ringside. Then he jumped from the apron and hit somewhat of like a flying bulldog on Uso on the commentary table, but then like they checked on him to see if he was hurt. This was weird. We go to a break here. Come back, and the two are just fighting in the ring. The sequence went with a wildly high pop-up Samoan drop from Uso onto Breaker for a nice near fall. The crowd chanted, "This is awesome." Uso went to the top, but Breaker cut him off. The two battled on the second rope, and ultimately, Breaker hit his jump up Breaker Steiner top rope thing. His Frankensteiner, I guess you would call it, but they've called it the Breaker Steiner before. I don't know. He got a 2 off of it. We'll just say that. Breaker then ran the ropes again, and he got super kicked for his trouble. Crowd collectively turned to somewhere as Uso struggled to get to his feet, and Paul Heyman had appeared. He was up on the apron. Breaker obtained a chair as the referee was distracted with Heyman. Uso kicked the chair into Breaker's face. Heyman then grabbed Uso's foot. Uso then left the ring and confronted Heyman, when all of a sudden Seth would run out, attack Uso, and cause the DQ. The match goes 16 minutes and ends in a goddamn DQ. After the match, they're all fighting, and Jay tells them bring it on, so he's fighting both Seth and Breaker before Sammy comes out, and this gets interesting. I forgot to mention, there was a segment earlier in the night. I didn't write it down. There was a segment earlier in the night with Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, and basically Sammy was like, "Hey, I got your back no matter what with all this." So Sammy runs down and jumps up on the apron, but then doesn't do anything, and just stands there conflicted, staring at Seth and Braun. Then eventually Punk's music hits. Punk beelines down to the ring, and then Sammy starts fighting off the heels. Well, they're all fighting and whatnot. They're brawling and this and that. Punk and Zayn got the better of it. They start fighting on the outside. Then they're fighting into the crowd. Jay's in the ring. Referee goes to raise his hand, but they turn around and boom, there's Logan Paul. Pops him in the face, knocks him out. I don't know what happened to Logan, but he had blood on his teeth and his top lip looked like fat. So we hadn't seen Logan for like an hour and a half. I don't know why he couldn't clean his teeth off. But then also he had a fat lip. I don't know what happened. Was that the super kick from Jay? I don't know. No, we had even seen Logan later than just that opening segment with the Seth Rollins segment. So it'd been, I don't know. I don't know what happened to fucking Logan's face. But he had blood here on his front couple of teeth, and his top lip right in the middle looked kind of like lumped up. That's how Raw went off the air. With Logan Paul getting the better of the champion and smiling into the camera with the blood on his teeth. I would say it was a good Raw, but not great. And it was a bad go-home show because it did nothing to hype me up for Saturday night's main event. I will say that for sure. This show did nothing to get me hyped up for the show. It's more of just like, oh, I'll watch it because I watch it. It's my job to watch it, but whatever. And me saying whatever is not good. Not good. But with all that, you know what I thought of the show. Now it's time to hear what you guys thought of tonight's Monday Night Raw as we go and check all of the polls. So as far as the Threads poll does go, 70% liked the show, 26% thought it was just all right, and 4% didn't like it. Looking at the Twitter X poll, 69% liked the show, 26% thought it was just all right, and 3% didn't like it. As far as the YouTube community poll, 84% liked the show, 11% thought it was just all right, and 6% didn't like it. Looking at the live poll, 84% liked the show, 14% thought it was just all right, and 2% didn't like it. And finally, everybody that voted on Twitch liked the show. With that, guys, that is going to wrap everything up. I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. With that, I will be back live on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite, the go home for AEW Double or Nothing. So have a great night, guys, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys.